All right. Pile one day at a time. If you chose this sobriety chip, kind of looks like poker chips. I'm going to read the serenity prayer on the back, okay? God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So, that's a serenity prayer. From shame to grace. I don't know if you can really see it. 9 months could be significant. You know, that's a human pregnancy. Dude, I feel like elephants have a longer pregnancy. Different animal pregnancies are coming through. All right. Spirit, please connect me to, I'm going to say poker chip, okay? To poker chips guys. Connect my guys to poker chips guys for a roadmap of how to cleanse what is wreaking havoc in their life. What wants to be cleansed? What is going on for the poker chip piles that they want to do a little lemon juice? They want to do a little cleanse. I got a uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, cinco, seis offsprings. Pretty fly for a white guy popped in my head. So are you guys in denial about something? Okay, I'm gonna pause for a second. So for me with different tarot deck, because or even like items that I get a lot of times, like a crystal or some oracle or whatever, it will come to me. Like I will purchase it, whether if I think it's for myself or, you know, maybe I can tell it's for someone, whatever. How am I supposed to whatever if you guys don't know what I'm gonna finish saying? But one way where I'm like, okay, no, this sticks with me for the long haul is if it gets wet or distorted, or this is from incense. I don't know exactly how and stuff, but it burned through the card. And even before that, I don't know. Because sometimes even if I really love something, I'll have a dream where I'm supposed to give that deck of cards to this person, even though I really love that deck of cards, or sometimes I can feel that they need it. Like, my father has come through a lot on recent things. He used to / is very scientifically minded, very like logic above all. And I had a birthday a couple of years ago. He and my grandmother visited, and I did all these different readings out in piles. And the deck he chose was a I can't think of it. It's like a mountain man. It's like a deck of cards that, like the Tennessee mountains. I don't know. Okay, the point of it is, it was a man that created the deck, and my dad was just very drunk. Like as we're doing the read, and he's actually being kind of a dick during the reading. Like he was. But at the end of it, I just felt like those cards, like they were talking to me that they wanted to go with him. And like later, my dad accepted, and then he still makes fun of this stuff, but at the same time that he makes fun of it, sometimes he feels like it is very healing, and he uses his cards, and he says that they speak like give it the guy, but it's very, maybe my brain's wanting oxygen, yawning. He said that there's no way that he would have gone and bought something like this, and or searched for it or accepted it from anyone else. The only way it would have come is from, you know, one of his daughters giving it to him. And I'm getting right off the get-go with this poker chip pile. Starfish has a lot of symbolism. The creator has Kim Crane's the creator of this deck, has, you know, obviously a guidebook written. But for me, especially this insult, I get like, eat your heart out. Eat your motherfucking heart out. No Face, Arya, when she's training from Game of Thrones, when she's training to be like an assassin. One of the ways that I mean, I have this chip. I'm not gonna go down fully into that, but one of the ways I started to recognize tendencies that I had is I was watching the show Dexter, and the way that, you know, when he was a kid, he like saw a really violent murder, and then he couldn't change that on himself, and there were things that it was like, whoever adopted him or everything, there was like a way to do it, a method or something to do it. And I felt very much whenever I would act out, I consider myself recover. I don't call myself an addict anymore. But there's also once an addict, always an addict. And in meetings, there was one person who used to say, no matter how far down the road you are, it's the same distance to the ditch. So I keep that very close to me. But with Dexter, that show, how he was about these murders, like, you know, he has to sneak around, he's living like a Batman life, a double vigilante thing, his close ones don't know what he's doing, you know, he's not, like, there's definitely distance with his intimacy, and so I wasn't murdering anyone, and he just murdered that guy, you know, but I definitely, like, all that's what started to click to me, and some other things where I'm like, oh my gosh, I might, this stuff that started getting me going to meetings, I'm living like Dexter. So those shows could be important. Eat Your Heart Out is really, really coming through here. Like, you guys, whatever is kind of asking to be cleansed and spruced up in your life is because not only are you eating other people's hearts out, I'm also getting heroes, Hayden Panettiere, where I forgot his name, but he eats their brains to get their abilities. Like, yeah, maybe you in your mind, or what you're telling yourself is that you feel in this sense of empowerment where, like, oh, eat your heart out. But what's happening? What is wanting to be spoken here? Don't shoot the messenger, or maybe shoot the messenger. Like, I'll come back to life. Is that every time you're doing this, whatever it is you're doing, okay? There's a music video. It's called The Oats or something, where it's like this cartoon character, and he goes to each. I'll put it down there because I can't think of the name, but I'll be able to find it. He goes to, like, each woman's house or whatever, but every time he leaves the next morning, he takes out a little piece. It's this animated video of his heart and leaves it with her. Multiple hers. It's a lot of women. So something's happening where whatever you're participating in doing that's popping up in your head, like, and you think that it's just, whether you care that it's other people getting their heart out or not, it is affecting your heart space. It's either, okay, I'm getting into this. What's this called? Is this oxidized coins or something? Like cavity buildup, tar. This right before pulling any more cards, that coming out, something's burning. You're not just burning a hole in other people's hearts. It doesn't feel like it's hurting you because it's a perfect circle. That band is coming up. It's a perfect circle. But the thing about the heart space, it connects your throat space, your communication, your speech, you know, it connects that to your lower level, you know, your root, your sacral, your solar plexus. So your confidence right now might not be taking a hit, but that you're hiding what you're buzzing about doing. You're hiding something big that you feel like is coming to completion. and you feel like you don't have to say it aloud, and you can blend in. You can completely blend in, and you can either cover it up that you're eating people's hearts out, or that you're in this energy, kind of like plain Jane energy. But it's eradicating the connecting. Like, you might have certain, like, you might be poker chip pile. You get messages. You get messages from angels. You get messages from a lot of different divine sources. You connect with your ancestors. You're in tune with that. But then, like, where your confidence is, where your security is, where your creativity is, there's blockages, and it's because of this that I'm not gonna speak it. You know what it is. I'm not gonna speak it, but before we go any further, is there someone you can call? Is there someone that you can have as an accountability buddy? Is there a meeting that you can go to? Like, I don't know what I was expecting pulling this out. This isn't something, it wanted to be out, but this kind of has a really serious tone. You gotta take some stock into how you're living your life. Kid Cudi, give a fuck about your lifestyle. Your lifestyle right now is not reflective of who you want to be. It is reflective of who you are right now, your actions. But it's not who you want to be, and it's not. That's why a lot of stuff and messages and clairvoyance and clairaudience that you get, it doesn't land because it doesn't have anywhere to land. You are chainsawing your own. You're cutting yourself in half. Magician energy with that. They saw the woman goes on different places, except you're doing it to yourself when you could be using that same effort, those same resources, all of the gifts you have. It could be you, and it's not even like, oh, to heal the world. Like, you'd be happier. You're not happy. Okay, Spirit, how do we tap into what ways the poker chip pal can clean up their life? This isn't like something vague that's like, oh, I don't know where to, the other two pals, there's a little bit like there's a, treasure map figured out. This is not a vague thing. It's what you're doing damn near every day. It's who you're doing it to, and to yourself as well. For me, I didn't go, again, I told you that Dexter was a kind of a something that started waking me up. And then also what led me to meetings and different stuff, what the chip that I got this from, is because I consolidated. I was like, as long as it didn't happen in my friend group. This is old shit. All of this stuff is old. But as long as it didn't happen in my friend group, I'm okay. I got a handle on it. You guys, it might not be your friend group. That might not be your, like, oh, now it's a problem. But some line has been crossed. Did it happen at work? Did it happen... I'm kind of getting something with did it happen in like a maybe not a family location, but something where like there are children or elder. There's something where in a space where you're supposed to have been. I'm not going to say have been, but where you typically are like a protector or a provider or someone who's like definitely in charge, and you were triggered or something happened and you had to go take care of this. You had to go Dexter. And when you went to Dexter, that line was crossed wherever this happened. I'm putting I'll show you. It's okay. I mean, you're here, you're listening to this, you picked the poker chip pile. So how can they, before we even get the cards, you need to have someone that you can confide in. I mean, people pay therapists for things. There's counselors. There are free. I guess the responsible thing in me would be to link websites or something down there, huh? I don't know them off the top of my head, but you need to right now. Don't grip too tightly. Like, appreciate yourself. Give gratitude. Spirit, I want to thank the poker chip pile people for not clicking off, yes, and for facing this in themselves, and they want to change. They want to change. So how do they change? They want to change. How do they change? Oh, okay. Evil spirit. Wow. So the tarantula is like your life's work, your dharma. It's not like what's behind you. So this is huge right now. All of this is behind you. Right. This moment going forward, everything, it's behind you. You're aware of this. You wouldn't, if you wanted to live in that Dexter, Batman, whatever, you would have picked a different pile. You would have picked a poker chip. And what you've gone through, what you've like, the deceit that you've participated in, like, it helps you spot others, and it's part of your lives. It's part of what, like, if you subscribe to astrology, that's like something that you're into, your North Node, doing a birth chart, finding your North Node. A thing that I recently learned about was human design, and that has like a lot of different properties, like as far as like stuff you can eat and your aura and how it's perceived, and when times in your life are like jackpot, and when times are more steady, like what to do in between. So like a lot of like self-help stuff. But yeah, this addiction that you either thought you had nipped in the bud and it started rearing its ugly head, or that you haven't attempted yet. You haven't tried to, you didn't think that it was, first of all, an addiction, and then second, you didn't believe it to be taking over your life. And maybe you didn't, okay, let's give you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe you didn't think, for a long time, when I was in this, I won't just say when I was in this energy, whenever this energy comes back flirting, okay? In my mind, I don't think I'm eating people's hearts out. I don't think I'm using people. Like, that's not what I tell myself. But just because you're not telling yourself that doesn't mean that you're not doing that. Doesn't mean that you're not affecting others that way. Okay? And that's part of your life's purpose. This is a really serious, I mean, it's all serious, but first of the year, hey, what better time than now? I'm messing with my house shoes. That's what's going on. I'm also going to be cold. All right. Let's loosey-goosey up, because we got into the heavy, intense stuff. So you're aware of it. You're wanting to change, or you wouldn't have stuck here. Red and yellow, the root and the solar plexus is coming through strong here. And it's fuzzy spiders. Also, like, tarantulas are... What's that movie with... his kid is like from a different culture. There's a... Is it Tim Allen? Okay, that movie's coming through. There's a part with the tarantula. All right. Octopus. Octopuses have 3 hearts and 3 brains. You are very smart. I mean, you have to be to this, what's it called? Slinky Link or whatever? Sneaky Link. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But it's coming from that song with 21 Savage and The Weeknd, that remake that they did of the 90s song. But, you trace your steps. I don't think you've been caught. I think you were at work. You camouflaged in. You're hiding. You do it at night. You haven't been caught. You want to be caught. Because you know you crossed the line. Wherever you are something, where you're protecting. Because you normally, with this eagle here, you're I'm not just saying leader, you're a pharaoh. You're a motherfucking pharaoh. You are a Spider-Man quote with great power comes great responsibility. It's really important that you the fact that you haven't been caught is why you're going to be good at catching others. And you want to catch others. I'm not going to finish that sentence. It doesn't need to be finished. Dolphin. Okay, so the dolphin, they're mammals. That's cool, right? Dolphins are pretty neat. But you know what? Dolphins have some rough parts of them. They can, like, isn't there something with like pregnancies, and 9 months was coming through here too, where they'll like if you're swimming and they can like tell that, and they'll protect it. They have like sonar. This is jumbled, but there's something with like pregnancies. But also the other thing is dolphins, I'm not going to say it, but the R word, okay? And then also, cats play with their food. Do dolphins play with their food? This kind of got a little bit darker, but overall, this card means innate blessings. Like there's something on the way that's a blessing. It's a water card. And I think that the blessing is going to be because you recognize your dark side. You're not trying to hide it anymore. I'm not saying that you want to just throw it out there in the open. I'm not giving you a lot of details with what led me to the poker chips, but you are aware of your dark side, and you're not being called out on it because you're in a position of power. And so no one, the flock that you look over, they might not be able to call you out on it for different, well, I'm going to say the reasons. I mean, one, they look up to you. They don't want to be, they want to be your yes men, and they're also getting something from you. They're learning from you. They're being watched over from you. And then the other, they might not be able to see it. And then the other, they might be, this is coming through, I'm just going to say it, they might be really susceptible to brainwashing, which is, again, why part of your life's work is the fact that you haven't been caught. You're good at catching that because okay, there's a lot of, so you see all this color with the dolphin, you see how that's lit up in the octopus energy. When it's not in balance, is very yearning. I mean, there's a lot of tentacles, it can stretch out in a lot of ways, but when it is in balance, I mean, it's extremely keen, and it can handle a lot of what's coming its way. I'm getting like Syrian energy, Syrian starseed. I'm also getting that alien from Family Guy, Roger, and then that's flowing into Go Home, Roger, Childish Gambino song. Redbone, stay woke, they're gonna catch you sleeping. So, getting like a little bit more somber here. Overall, I'm not even feeling the rest of the cards. All these animals, what needs to be cleaned up is you looking in the mirror. Clean your mirror. Have someone, if you don't have a person in your life that you can talk to honestly about this, I am going to link some stuff down there, but I mean, you guys could Google it too. If it's not a full-blown addiction, it's something that you are not proud of, that you're doing, and you're covering it up. You're camouflaging in, you're blending in. And it's not like you can just expel this from you. I mean, it took me, to each their own. But facing this, I'm kind of getting that you have this. I'm getting that you have this. This isn't, you're not like, oh my gosh, it's just that I think you didn't, no matter how far down the road you are, it's the same distance to the ditch. I think because you are this eagle, that you've just been focusing on providing the sun and shining for everyone else. And you are. I mean, you're fire, water, air. Like, it's not the, okay, bad is coming, but the eat your heart out. Like, why? Okay. All right. When, like, you hear from someone that you haven't talked to in a long time, or maybe there's, like, a really bad bitch. Like, I'm talking a dime. I feel ridiculous saying that, but that's what's coming out. Like, if you're rating a woman on the scale, okay, 1 to 10, and she's a 10, she's giving you attention. Maybe it's spiritual attention too. It's something like, the reason why I'm gonna keep going. The reason why it's so easy for you to cover this up is because it's not like it's not like it's outwardly, oh, you're in a casino, oh, you're drinking alcohol, oh, you're, trying to get a number, oh, there's a multitude of drugs that we could say here. And all of these things in and of themselves, I mean, to each their own. You have some people that can go into casinos and whatever. You have some people that can do heroin and never do it again. I mean, it's whatever. But I'm getting that what you're doing, you don't think you're eating people's hearts out, because even if you weren't kind of dabbling in this, you would still have this adoration. You would still have this, it's like there's the fishing net and you don't even gotta cast your reel. It's just, here they are. The difference is, though, you're not happy. You don't feel good. You're not happy. You don't feel good. They may realize you're doing it, may not care. Got a burp. It's wanting to come up. It's wanting to burp. They may not, maybe they do realize you're doing it. Maybe they do care. Maybe they like it. There's an energy feeding off of what you're putting out that is the reason why you're not happy, you don't feel good, is because the part of them, these people whose hearts you're eating out, like, the part that you're eating out, like, it's not a whole heart. It's like if you eat a bunch of nerds, what's that sour candy? It's not fulfilling. Like, even in the sweet tooth way, like, it's not. And what you're getting from, what you're receiving from them, whether you can say that you're not, but you are. So whatever. Say or do what you want. But what you're receiving on the side of this is, it's affecting your dharma. It's affecting your life's work. It's affecting the blessings you're getting transmuting. So maybe like the pain to power and the waters that you're swimming through. Because the side of the eagle, they can... Okay, when eagles fall in love, or when they mate, maybe it's not fall in love. I mean, animals fall, whatever, okay. When they mate, they literally, like, they fall in the sky. And you're not energetically mating with other eagles. And you won't. Another eagle's not going to come towards you because of what you're participating in. So, Flavian, fall back. Take a look at me and you'll see I'm for real. I feel what only I can feel. If I don't appeal to you, then I'll go. Because I flow better when my colors show. And that's the way it has to be, honestly. Because creativity could never bloom in my room. I threw it all away before I lied. So don't call me with a compromise. Hang up the phone. I got a backbone stronger than yours. For you guys to move forward, for you to pursue your life's work, for you, there's something very, the other part they got like the last part they had like very spiritual. I mean, not spiritual, pardon me. Well, creativity is spiritual, but very like creative thing and spark. Yours is like extremely. I mean, there's artistry here, yeah, but you're camouflaging your unique birthright. Whoa. You're camouflaging your unique birthright because that's the only way you can like keep doing this. This is making you feel safe. It's making you feel safe, but you're not happy. And you're cutting yourself in half with your magician energy. So your cleansing message isn't so much what you need to do, it's what you need to stop doing. Stop cutting yourself in half. When you feel this urge, ask yourself why you're feeling it. Why do you want to go to that place with that person? And that it doesn't have to be physical, but just even like fantasy. I'm getting a lot of fantasies here. This is just habits to break. I mean, yes, you can go to a meeting. You need to stop doing what you're doing. And if you need to do a meeting, if you need to go to meetings for that, you go to meetings. If you need to have an accountability buddy, have an accountability buddy. But you're not living your potential. Your plumage, that's a word, like in the bushes, because I'm getting a lot of spiritual stuff here. Okay, so like, there was someone, I don't know a lot about this, but it's coming through, even though I don't like to talk about stuff I don't know about, but or some spiritual advisors like that, they sleep with their students. It doesn't even have to be spiritual advisor, that happens a lot in philosophy too. That, whatever your feeling is on that, what's coming through here, there was this person coming up and she was like really against it, and then she was catching herself. She's like, well, maybe I will start sleeping with my student, making a joke. And she's, I don't know if she's married, but she has like kids with this person and he does her life's work with her too. But then she started having this, like, I don't know if she called them orgies, but like definitely, this is coming through, I'm gonna go with it. They practiced, or it seemed, I did not attend to this, but it seemed like they were practicing safely and everything. But where she had made fun of it before, like it was like kind of had open, I don't know, I haven't kept following this person, but like opened her marriage up, or her life partner or whatever. They have kids together and they plan to be together. And they free love kind of thing. And again, there's different lifestyles, but kid kind of give a fuck about your lifestyle. Like, it's very much, this isn't, if that is in tune with who you are, that's in tune with who you are. Whether splitting hairs on it. This is not in tune with who you are. This is not your birth. Okay, I keep getting birthright here. It's not just like you're a spiritual guru. It's not just like, oh, this. It's like, I mean, Pharaoh fucking energy. So like, these words, I feel like political the politics will come for me, but I'm gonna go with it. Like pharaohs sleeping with slaves, pharaohs sleeping with, whatever. And I'm saying slave, but it doesn't even have to be like, I mean, a slave to their earthly urges or earthly. I mean, if you entangle with someone who